After spending the last decade as an executive in the IT and security space in the healthcare industry and as being a consultant helping customers with all different types of infrastructure, I've learned that in order to create an environment secure against cyber attacks, you must A, develop a comprehensive plan, and B, that plan needs to consider technology, finances, and education in order to be successful. Today I'm going to share with you 11 concepts that must be addressed as you embark on your cybersecurity journey. Number 1, identity and access management. I'm sure by now you've heard that identity is the new perimeter, and that's very true. Consider implementing or strengthening your current identity program to properly cover the 4 A's: authentication, authorization, administration, and audit. This approach ensures that you're able to properly identify the user, grant the correct level of access, and administer and audit that access end to end. Number 2, privileged access management, or PAM. Once you've built your IAM program, it's likely that you'll find a large number of these accounts are privileged. These are especially important to protect as often they have the highest level of access into a company's critical data. These accounts are ultimately what the attackers are after, and they'll do anything to get to them. Number 3, CARTA-based vulnerability management. What is CARTA? It's continuous adaptive risk and trust assessment. The Gartner research firm predicts that by 2020, nearly 1/4 of all new digital initiatives will adopt the CARTA approach. Number 4, data protection. The end goal here is to avoid data loss, but the journey to get there should include a DLP strategy, data classification, mature identity controls, rights management, and should provide advanced monitoring and user behavior analytics. Number 5, active anti-phishing. Unfortunately, phishing has become a way of life, and ultimately, success in this area boils down to a multi-tiered approach. It should include technology controls, end-user controls, and of course, education. Number 6, cloud security. You should accept that shadow IT exists and embrace it. Define what it means to your organization and update your policy that includes a framework that governs the acceptable controls that must be put in place. You should choose your partners carefully and be sure that their approach to cloud architecture and readiness assessments include security built in as a function, not as an afterthought. Number 7, application control or whitelisting. One of the most effective ways to prevent unauthorized or malicious applications is to control what can and what cannot run on your server and desktop fleet. Consider this part of your overall defense in depth strategy and assume that eventually something will get through your perimeter defenses. Number 8, segmentation or microsegmentation. Flat networks have just become a breeding ground for trouble. Consider breaking up your network into smaller and more appropriate segments that make sense for the devices that are on them, as well as the type of data that they contain. Number 9, security orchestration and automated response, or SOAR. Automation should be on any organization's roadmap, but none more so than the CISO, with over 50% of US companies reporting a shortage in qualified security personnel. Number 10, automated security scanning. Integrate your security controls into your DevOps workflow. It's okay to start out with open source options, but be sure to integrate testing as a seamless part of your DevSecOps workflows, including the cloud containers. And finally, number 11, firm up your cybersecurity incident response plan. Nearly all companies today have a disaster recovery plan, a system outage plan, or some other type of emergency response plan, so why wouldn't you have one dedicated to cybersecurity incident response? There you have it. A mature cybersecurity plan should incorporate each of these security concepts. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Or even better, if you want us to conduct an assessment, we'll let you know how you stack up against those who are doing it best.